your dreams.
Shalom. I want to begin the lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, HaKadosh. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops, our great millstone, who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there pushing this truth, the 100% truth out there on the highways and the byways, the Akim, as well as you few sisters out there listening and learning, the Aqua to you. Also, I say Shalom. It is your brother, Razak, back with another lesson through the spirit. I just wanted to hit on two videos. And as you see in the title, man, I put Isaiah 4:1 keeps popping up. You know, as much as people try and deny this truth, man, the Lord is going to continue to bring forth the things that he said was going to happen. He's going to keep on bringing it forth, right? No matter how people feel, whether they hear, whether they forbear, whether they want to deny the truth, any of those things, right? The Lord's going to continue to make it come to pass, right? Talked about this in my lesson the other day. You know, concerning the Lord declaring the end from the beginning, right? And making things come to pass, saying that he would do it and doing those things. So when we say Isaiah 4:1, you know, these women, they don't like the fact that that's going to come to pass, because a lot of these women want to have multiple men just because of how society is ran, and the fact that Esau, Edom have made everyone monogamous, which goes against biology, you know, it just goes against natural human order and how the Lord made things. But Esau, Edom can't stop what the Lord has planned, man. You know, he's returning things back to its normal order, right? The Lord is returning things back to its normal order, and you can't deny that, right? You see it all throughout. Goddamn motherfucker. You see it all throughout history, throughout the things going on in the earth right now, everything, right? So the brother posted this clip first. This is from Rush Hour, but I'm not gonna play that just for, I don't want to get copyrighted. But if you all have seen the clip from Rush Hour where Chris Tucker is picking out the little Asian women that he wants and all that other stuff, that's literally how it's gonna be in this day. These people can't drive, but that's how it's gonna be during Jacob's trouble, man. We're gonna be able to pick. You know, we're not gonna be out here asking girls for their phone numbers and stuff like that, asking them if they have a man, if they're betrothed, right? You know, not gonna have to worry about her talking to 4 or 5 niggas on the side. Not gonna have to worry about none of that stuff. You're not gonna have to worry about these women passing you up. If you're a man of the elect, the Lord's gonna take care of you at the end of the day. And you know, Lord willing, we all fall into that number, amongst other things. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this. This video is the one I want to play. This clip.
Y'all don't have to get used to sharing, because as of right now, it is 100 women to every 1 man. So either you're going to switch to the other side, or you're going to do some sharing. Pick and choose. You know, you were taught as a very young woman to share. They taught you in grade school to share. I don't know what's going on. If you can love more than 1 kid at a time, then a man can love more than 1 woman at a time.
So you say if you can love both parents.
If you can love both parents, if you can love an aunt and an uncle, a grandmother and a grandfather, y'all don't like this?
So you saying sharing is caring? I'm
saying sharing is caring. I'm saying that it's 100 women. These are the numbers, and I didn't make the numbers up. This is what Google is saying. It's 100 women to every 1 man. Either you share or you be left without. So when she said having a piece of a man is better than no man, I guess that's what she...
You know, these women, you have women out here who are just talking about this more and more. You know, polygyny is becoming more and more prominent than it has been in past years. And I don't know if if that fact that she said, if that was actually true, if she was just exaggerating 100 women to one man. But, you know, in the scripture, Isaiah 4:1, it literally says 7 women to one man, which is just 7 represents the number of completion, you know. So it could be, you know, brothers could have more than one woman during that day, you know, or they can have less. In the kingdom, we're gonna have an abundance of women, so that's no question. We're gonna have families on top of families, right? We're literally gonna like breed our own damn armies, pretty much. Just figure of speech, but this is the other one I want to. It's just showing some of the kings, you know what I'm saying, and rulers, looking at how many wives they had and stuff like that. And it says, it's showing Ahab, Herod, Ananias, Pontius Pilate, Jeroboam, Nebuchadnezzar, Haman, and Zedekiah. Said, and they all lost their way and betrayed God, right? Which those are some are heathen nation men, right? Some of them are heathen nation men. Then you have Jake's down below, Abraham, Jacob. That's supposed to say David, Solomon, Rehoboam, Abijah, Elkanah, and Lamech. Says, and they all found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Whatever you do, this information is none of my business, right? People always try and look down upon polygyny as if it's a bad thing, but like I mentioned in a lesson not too long ago, but then they'll uplift things that actually the Lord frowns upon, like homosexuality, you know. What was the other one adultery, all of these different things, right? Y'all are doing wickedness in the sight of the Lord, but then as soon as someone says, I want more than one woman, then it's a damn, the world is ending, right? The sky is falling. And the Lord never said that it was a problem with that, right? You have some of the most righteous men that are on this list. King Solomon is literally Yahushua, and Yahushua is going to be ruling the earth, right, through the Spirit, if your spirit can receive it. King David is also going to have a throne as well, right under Yahushua, and he was a righteous man too, right? Abraham, a father of a multitude, literally one of the 3 patriarchs of the Israelites, and as it says, found favor in the Lord. So I remember I was talking to a Christian about this one time. He told me that they were going off for having multiple women, right? Well, who do you think put it in their heart or in their mind to even pursue multiple women, right? And even then, they were on the Lord's good side. So, now, of course, some did things that were bad in the sight of the Lord, but at the end of the day, they're still going to receive a crown, right? They're still just men. And King Solomon had 300 concubines, which are women of the other nations. So I'm gonna go ahead and what the fuck? This phone is just doing whatever it wants to. It's lucky. So with everything going on, that's what I want to hit on too. You know, things that are going on in the world, right? We're gonna see a major decline in men, which is also gonna lead to women wanting men, you know, protection and stuff like that. They're implementing the draft in December. This war that America is in is not going to end. I just want y'all to know that this war is not going to end. This isn't going to be a short war. No, this is going to be something that continues on, right? It's not going to be just for a moment. No matter if they stop right now or whatever, they got a little ceasefire going on, it's going to continue. So with that being said, you have these, I'm still seeing people enlisting in the military, right? Enlisting in the Air Force, enlisting in the Army, enlisting in the National Guard, enlisting the Marine Corps, all of that good stuff. All of those niggas are going to go and die in a war. They're literally, that's their lot. They're getting set up. The Lord is setting them up to go be dung, as the scriptures say. They're gonna be dung. You know, there's gonna be so much death on the earth. The Lord likened it unto dung. Just shit on the ground, right? All those niggas are about to get, what did the brother say? Their consolation and their judgment through that war, right? They're going to go fight and die in a rich man's war that have nothing to do with them. This is Isaiah 3 and verse 25. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So these women are going to be without, man. They're going to be without husbands. They're going to be out here, you know, by themselves. And the independent women are going to get destroyed in Jacob's trouble too, because y'all don't want to lean into a man. Y'all don't want to lean into a man, so that's okay. The Lord is going to teach you a valuable lesson, and your ass is going to get destroyed as well. You know, anyone that, and I was just watching Invincible the other day, I was watching Invincible last night. It reminded me of the Israelites, and the brother told me to watch that show because he said the Viltrumites were the Israelites. Anyone who don't comply is getting destroyed, right? This is the Lord coming on the earth to come take what's his righteously. And those who don't want to hearken to the Lord, they're going to be destroyed, which is majority of the world. And the remnant that do want to comply, which is the 144,000, the 1/3, the innumerable multitude, are going to get beamed up into those chariots and are going to receive salvation in the sight of the Lord, Yahweh, Shah Mashiach, right? Because we realize and we know that this world is wicked and we have no place in this world. So through that, like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, scourges, I want to say that's the 16th chapter. Scourges are sent as amendment, right? The Lord is bringing forth plagues and implementing his doctrine on the earth, implementing his rules, and it's going to set up his judges to judge the nations, and it's going to restore the natural way of life, right? How it once was on the face of the earth. And if you can't get down with that, you're going to lay down. Yep. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. So the Lord is about to turn things around. And a lot of these women are upset with that. They don't want to comply. They don't want to get on board with what the Lord has going on. And that's completely fine, right? That's why you're going to see a lot of women perish, because they are the majority. But in turn, you're also going to see women who are going to be flocking to brothers, right? Isaiah 13 and 12, they're going to be flocking to brothers. And also Isaiah, 32 and 2? Yeah. So this is Isaiah 4 and 1, it says, and then in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, meaning their shame, right? Because being an old maid, an old unmarried woman was seen as a shameful thing back in those days. You an old woman and you don't got no kids or no man? What's wrong with you? Who was that who said that? Oh yeah, it was a Boondocks clip. It was Uncle Ruckus talking. He was like, any woman over 35 that's not married, he said that bitch is crazy. And I mean, he wasn't lying, right? You have all these pretty women out here who are unmarried, single, all that good stuff. They saying they don't want to be married, they don't want to have kids. Okay. Deep down they do. Biologically you do. This system has tricked these women into thinking that they don't want it. right? And people are actually getting punished for having kids in this society. I know I was watching a video of a guy saying that. He was like, how badly do you have to destroy a mammal to force them to not want to reproduce? And he made a good point. So I never thought about it like that, you know? The society's so messed up and so fucked up, people don't even want to have kids no more, which is one of the most beautiful creations that the Lord gave us as human beings. To be able to reproduce, to be fruitful and multiply, right? In that day shall the branch of the Lord Yahweh be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel, right? We're going to blossom into a righteous branch. And if we be at elect, Lord willing, we'll be at that number, you know. As I was saying to the brother, I have to repopulate the earth, you know, because all those who die are going to come back through the elect seed anyways. You know, the ones who were deleted on this side, who couldn't get it on this side, are going to be reborn in the kingdom of heaven on earth. You know, on earth as it is in heaven, through the elect seed. How do you think you can do that if you only have one woman? If you're only subject to one woman, how could you create a civilization or a society? How could you do that with just one woman? You can only be with one woman, and then you have to wait 9 months, right? And then do it all over again. When you could just have multiple women, boom, 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 and you right there, right? So that's how you know just the things in this society are backwards, you know, just contrary to what the Lord tells us to do, man. And it's crazy to think or to see that, you know, these women have been so messed up that they think that they deserve one man or Salakia. It's so crazy to think that these women have been taught, or even men in general, men too. You have men out here who don't think it's right to have more than one woman, but they've been in captivity for so long that they don't even realize it wasn't like that before. And when you tell them, hey, you know, this is something that was normal, a custom of ours, they look at you like you're crazy, like you just said something that's just taboo, right? That is not supposed to be talked about. But hey, very soon, like I said, it's going to be known throughout the earth. Let me get this real quick because I'm almost to my destination. Isaiah 13:12, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And you got to realize too, I just thought about this. You're going to have men that are perishing in war. You also have men who are moles out here, which is just reducing the amount of men who actually are into women or that's going to be alive around that time. And then the normal men too are going to be perishing in that day. So it's a lose-lose situation for Esau, you know. I want to say this is my turn. I hope it's right. If it's not, I'm going to have to turn around. But nonetheless, though, I'm going to go and get this again and then close it off. 32. It says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And if you go down and read down, you know what I'm saying, starting at verse 9 through 11, a part of that process is the Lord humbling these women, man, because of all the different attention they get, access to men, all that stuff. They think that they're entitled to these things when really their purpose has been inflated in this society. Their purpose has been inflated in this society, so they you could say they have big heads at the moment, thinking that they're more than what they are or worth more. And a lot of these women aren't worth shit. Majority of them, actually. And I'm being very what's the word I'm looking for? I'm being very, very lighthearted when I say that, because you really ask any brothers, they tell you none of these women are shit. But yeah, man, I made the right turn. So that being said, man, I've arrived to my destination. Just know we only got to put up with this stuff a little bit more, y'all, until our Lord and Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach, comes back, Lord willing. So with that being said, I'm going to close it off there by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem HaKakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the bishops at Great Millstone, once again, who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Until next time, I say Shalom, Israel. Shalom, and as always, we're one day closer to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom, Israel. Shalom.